And welcome to Anne's Family Recipe. Today I'm making the most incredible loaded smashed potatoes. My loaded smashed potato recipe began with these cute little baby potatoes. I washed them and then placed them into a medium-sized saucepan and covered them with cold water. I placed the saucepan on my stove over high heat and brought the water to a boil. Once the water had reached a boil, I cooked the potatoes for about 15 minutes or until they were fork tender. Then I drained the water from my potatoes and put the pot back onto the stove. The burner was off, but that residual heat will just help evaporate any leftover water. So next, I spread about a tablespoon of olive oil all over my rimmed baking sheet, and then poured all of my potatoes on top. In a small mixing bowl, I poured about 3 tablespoons of olive oil and then crushed 2 big cloves of garlic in my little garlic press here, and then mixed it all together. Next, it was time to smash the potatoes. So I started with my traditional potato masher, but the way mine is shaped, compared to the size of my potatoes, it just didn't quite work out because the spaces in between the masher were just too big. It wasn't working. So I switched to a fork, which you totally can do, or if you have one of those circular potato mashers, I think that would work a little bit better. But for me, the fork worked just fine. Next, I'm taking spoonfuls of my garlic-infused olive oil and drizzling it all over top of these smashed potatoes. And I'm trying not to drool while I'm watching this footage back because it looks so good. And of course, I season them to taste with some of my pink Himalayan salt and some freshly cracked black pepper. These potatoes baked at 450 degrees for 15 minutes. While my smashed potatoes baked, I shredded up some sharp cheddar cheese. After 15 minutes of baking, I removed my potatoes from the oven and sprinkled that shredded cheddar all over the top. And then the potatoes went back into the 450 degree oven for another 5 minutes or so until the cheese was melted and bubbling. To make these a truly loaded smashed potato, I spooned little dollops of sour cream all over the tops, sprinkled them with crumbled bacon, and finished them off with chopped up green onions. These loaded smashed potatoes were such a hit with every single person in my family, which is very hard to do. I hope you try them and you love them just as much as my family did. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you liked today's recipe. Thank you so much for joining me here in my kitchen, and I'll see you again soon with another family recipe.